rolling. We are live.
Hello. Hello and happy Wednesday. Glad to have you guys here and getting to spend this time with you. My name is Jennifer Davis, and I am the Admissions and Student Experience Coordinator here at GAPS Training. So I will be the person that you talk to if you have a question about the training or you turn in your enrollment packet, and then I will be with you every step of the way. If you register for class throughout the whole training, whether it's the 12 weeks for the CGP training or 15 weeks for the CGC training. So you will get to know me and I will get to know you throughout your whole journey of becoming a certified GAPS practitioner or a certified GAPS coach. So today I just wanted to first say welcome to September. I can't believe we're already here. Everybody's kind of in that back to school mode, getting the kids all ready to go back to school for their education. So maybe you're thinking of continuing your education or, expanding your skill set for your practice, or learning to start or kind of discovering whether you wanted to start a new venture, a business venture of your own, and really considering making GAPS a part of that. So we're here to answer any questions you have about our trainings, about what happens after our trainings, and any specifics, course structure. I will give you a little brief tour of our GAPS training portal and some of the resources you'll get if you join us for the upcoming sessions. So I wanted to start by kind of talking about what sets GAPS apart from other therapeutic protocols or diets out there. We know you have a lot to choose from. So we wanted to kind of give you an overview of why we think GAPS is so special and why has been effective and shown to be effective for many, many years. So Dr. Natasha Campbell McBride, who I'm sure you all are familiar with, she is our leader and the brainchild of the GAPS protocol. She designed the GAPS protocol to be a full spectrum of healing. And what does that mean? So we are a food first approach. She kind of used the specific carbohydrate diet and added some things in, took some things out that she found to really work with the body and give the body everything it needs to heal on its own and cleanse on its own. So we have, she developed the GAPS introduction diet, which are consistent of 6 stages. And you start by eliminating certain foods, kind of taking it down, giving your digestive system a break and a chance to heal. We're going to remove the things that cause injury and cause inflammation, and we're going to give your body the foods it needs to heal and repair itself. So the first stage looks a lot like what GAPS is known for is delicious soups. So you'll have lots of meat stock, you'll add probiotic foods and ferments, cultured dairy, which is nice. And then you'll kind of work your way up through the stages until you achieve stage 6 and then beyond to full GAPS. And each stage, you're challenging yourself a little bit more. You're challenging your client with the kind of food that you're introducing. So you're adding a little bit more fiber, you're adding a little bit more probiotics, and you'll work your way up until you get to full GAPS. And then full GAPS is really, like Chef Monica said, French cooking without the bread. You have lots of good pasture meats, and you'll still have that soup, which is that cornerstone of the GAPS diet. So that meat stock. And if you do it right, which we'll teach you in the course, it will be like jelly on your spoon. I couldn't believe it the first time I made it. I've never achieved gelatin like that. So I actually sent a video to Chef Monica because I was so super proud, and using the recipe in her book, and it has gelled ever since. We will have you eat lively ferments. So you'll have fermented tonics like probiotic, a cabbage tonic. Meat kvass is amazing. Great afternoon pick-me-up. And you'll have sauerkraut, fermented carrots, making your own pickles, things like that. And then we will have you doing cultured dairy, like making your own sour cream, or GAPS sour cream, which is like creme fraiche. You'll make your own yogurt, kefir. Even we challenge you to make your own butter and ghee. It's just, there's nothing in comparison to homemade cultures. And then you'll have seasonal vegetables prepared all different kinds of ways. So it really is focused on the food and giving your body what it needs. This is molecular information that is going to make up your whole being, your whole physical body. So we want to treat that first. We want to really honor that first. And then we focus on lifestyle. So this looks like cleaning out your pantries, getting rid of all of the processed food, the ultra processed food, kind of that dead food that really doesn't give our body any information that of health. So we want to eliminate that from your pantry. And then we want to also eliminate any chemicals in your home. So whether it's the cleaning supplies, your beauty supplies, you'll be very it's very eye-opening to see how many chemicals, especially us as women, put on our bodies on a daily basis, between the lotions and the makeup, even your clothes, synthetic fibers. So we kind of go through and look at where we can eliminate. And this does not have to be an all or nothing thing. It doesn't have to be right away, because that can be jarring for some people, especially for clients just stepping into this new world of health. So we can take a tiered approach. We can go through one section of your house at a time, and then just eliminate and replace as you go. So it can be a very tiered system. It doesn't have to be, a total change overnight, or some clients just like to go cold turkey, and we give you the tools to allow that to happen as well. And then we look at kind of environment, how your EMFs in the house, your electromagnetic fields, keeping those low. Are you using artificial light at night? What time are you going to bed? What time are you waking up? How much time do you spend outside? The earth, the sun, that's all healing to us. We're supposed to be out there connecting to nature, getting our feet on the ground, getting sunlight on our face, especially first thing in the morning and at sunset. It really sets our circadian rhythm, which is the kind of the time and the clocks that our body runs by. So we want to make sure that we're giving our body everything we need and connecting to nature and to ourselves. It looks like, how are you approaching, your healing journey? Are you kind of worried? Are you negative about it? Why can't my body heal? Why do I even have to deal with this? Other people don't have to, deal with sickness. Other people can go to the bathroom without a struggle. And I have, it's a real hardship for me. How are you approaching how you are healing your body, how you are you going on your healing journey? So we kind of touch on that during the course. Amy Mahali, who was one of our GAPS instructors, is very, very knowledgeable when it comes to talking about emotions, talking about the intentions that you put towards yourself, how you talk to yourself. We are our biggest critics, and your clients will be their biggest critics. So maybe if they don't, if they fall off the wagon and they have a Starbucks latte because they're just not feeling it with energy that day, how are they going to feel? They're going to, we teach you how to approach that and go, what? Yeah, that wasn't the best decision, but what did you learn? How did your body respond? It's a teaching moment more than like, a feel bad moment. What did you learn? You always learn something about how your body responds, about how, you can kind of come back from that. And it can be empowering. And that's what we'll go through during the training. We also go through, let me backtrack and remember. So emotions and, and we also talk about how a little bit of gaps is better than no gaps at all. So we take the approach that not everybody is in the same on the same journey at the same time. Everybody is in different kind of steps on their journey. So we talk about the good, better, best model. Maybe your client can't afford the, grass-fed pasture meats. So, okay, what can they afford? We'll help you to learn how to source things according to your client's financial, needs and their, willingness as well. Can they just make a pot of meat stock during the week to kind of certify, to get them to the end of the week? And then, can they add a little bit more? And you can take this, like I said, a tiered step approach to it as well. Can they afford organic meat? Just having that tiered approach so that they don't feel overwhelmed either financially or just because we're having you make most of your food at home, and not a lot of people are used to that. So just kind of getting on kind of the GAPS bandwagon where, you start with pot of meat stock, and then once that gets comfortable and routine, then you add yogurt. And then once that gets comfortable and routine, then you add another thing and another thing. And then by the time you know it, you're making all your food at home, and you're sourcing the best you can, and you're seeing really great results. The other thing we teach you is that GAPS is really customizable. There is a specific protocol that we teach, and it has grown to, we have spectrum. So we have the keto GAPS, we have no plant GAPS, more plant GAPS, we have GAPS fasting. So we teach you all of those spectrums. And according to how your client presents, where you want to start them. Maybe you don't want to start them on intro. So you want to start them on full GAPS and what that looks like. So we'll go through where you want to, how to assess where you want to start your client. And then when you start them on the journey, how are they responding? How are they, how's their body adapting to this new way of eating and living? Do they experience constipation then all of a sudden? So we'll teach you ways on how to kind of combat that constipation, kind of help them resolve that. Are they having more die-off than normal? Or not normal for normal for them, because everybody is different. So we'll teach you how to identify die-off, identify healing reactions, and ways that we can, work through those reactions, because we definitely don't want our clients, feeling, bed bound and, having no energy. There's ways to, adjust the protocol so that it's just a little bit of die-off, and then we just go more slowly, incorporate more detox protocols, which is another pillar of the GAPS protocol. So we'll teach you all these different ways to help the body detox, whether it's from saunas, whether it's enemas, or just kind of going slower with the probiotic foods. Grounding on the earth is huge for detox as well, detoxification baths. So we'll go through all of that during both trainings. And then I think the last thing I wanted to touch on about the GAPS protocol is that, like I said, we are a food first approach to healing. But we do use targeted supplementation for the GAPS protocol as well. And that looks like, fish oils, getting your omega-3s, iodine paint. We'll teach you all about how to apply iodine paint and how to assess how the body's iodine status for your clients. We will go through digestive enzymes and hydrochloric acid as well to help your clients really digest their food, because sometimes they're not digesting. They're in a sympathetic state. They're running around. They're eating their food in the car. So they're really not able to digest and really assimilate those nutrients, which is the whole reason why we're eating, so that it makes our body strong and function well. So we'll go through that as well. So that is just a little bit about the GAPS nutritional protocol. Again, I know I touched on the last open house. It's even so much more than that. It's connection to yourself, to your environment, to nature, to friends and family, to just humanity and the earth. It's really, really just this wonderful protocol that is is so deeply rooted into connection. You are caring about how your animals are raised. You're caring about the impact that you're having on the earth. You're caring about how the people are around you, and educating them to live the best life possible, to live vibrantly and full of health and wellness, because everybody deserves. That's our birthright. That's what we need is more health in this world, whether it be mental health, physical health. Everybody, it's our inherent right to be healthy and feel good. So that's kind of what we share during the training as well. Okay, and then let's see. Actually, I want to give a shout out to my my fellow FNGP. This is, actually I'm looking at the bottom, from Vibrant Blue Oils. I don't know if you guys can see that as the parasympathetic oil. So talking about sympathetic states and parasympathetic states, whether when you're parasympathetic, it means that you're relaxed, you can digest your food, your body is in healing mode. But a lot of us, because of what we watch or the kind of the schedules we keep or the food we're eating, we're really in a sympathetic mode. We don't digest our food and our bodies don't heal. So this is a lovely essential oil blend that Vibrant Blue Oils makes, called Parasympathetic, that it just really helps you to get into that zone, so that I put it on before I come on, or I put it on before I eat as well. So it really makes a difference. Just a little shout out because I really like her products. So let me take you on a tour of our GAPS training portal before we jump into questions. So I think, Caroline, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. Okay, so welcome to the GAPS training portal. This is where you will be completing all of your coursework. You will be connecting with your fellow students and instructors. You will do all of your learning when you're in the program. So this is the upcoming GAPS practitioner training portal for September 2024. And I just picked this as an example. So this is your home page. This is kind of where, an overview of all the action is. You can get to your assessments, and you can get to your fellow learners and your forums. So I just want to take you on a quick kind of tour around, so you know what to expect when you get in here and get ready to learn. So we will go to messages first. So this little icon will, you can just send messages to, your fellow students, or to myself or your instructors. This really is your kind of one of your lifelines during the course. This is your course calendar. It will have all of your start dates and your due dates, and all of the upcoming events, the live events, like our kickoff call on September 13th. It will also have your all of your bigger assignments. So like choosing your practice client, we want you to do that within this week, so you have plenty of time to complete that before the course ends. So you'll have reminders for your the bigger assignments. So if you needed to prepare for those, you can plan for them as well. I also wanted to show you guys, let me go back to home. This is up. Okay. So we also have forms right here, and these forms are to help you connect to your fellow students and instructors, and to stay informed in the class. So we have course information, and that will be just things I will post throughout the training to remind you or of upcoming events, or to explain, give a little bit more instruction on like some of the bigger assignments, like your practice client folder. The resources tab is really great. These are things that we have added to enhance your GAPS journey throughout the course. So go ahead and play around in here. There's lots of great information, and I'll continually add to that as the course goes on. This is where you'll learn about your fellow or your instructors and myself, in case you want to read a little bit more about us. Your student introductions is where you will put your student introductions for the class. And then meet your fellow students. Student discussions are just discussions that you'll have with your fellow students just as you go through the journey. Maybe you have questions, maybe you want to share your experience. And then these are where you will put your questions for myself or questions for Chef Monica, Amy Mihaly, Dr. Natasha, and they will answer for the upcoming webinars that they will be doing, or Chef Monica and Amy Mihaly will answer questions even between those webinars. So feel free, like if you're in the kitchen and you are just kind of lost on your meat stock, like you have a question, whether you're in the kitchen, you can just type in a question and Chef Monica will get back to you. We also have GAPS guides during the course, and these GAPS guides are your mentors. They are graduates of the CGP or CGC class, and they have kind of come back and are going to guide you through the course and mentor you. So they will hold live chat hours, usually a Monday or Tuesday, and that will be on your calendar as well. And they will be available for 1 hour to answer your questions. It's kind of like office hours as a professor in school. You can pop in, pop out, ask questions, get to know them. You can ask questions about the curriculum, about their experience during the training, or how they have applied the GAPS protocol in their practice. So they can share some of their best practices as they have incorporated that protocol. And then this will be where the webinar recordings are. So we have live events, live webinar events during the training, and they're held the Q&A webinars are held at 12:30 p.m. Pacific time. And that will kind of be stagnant. For CGPs, it will be on a Thursday, and then CGCs, it'll be on a Tuesday. And those will be on your course outline as well, so you can kind of plan for those. However, if you can't make the live events, that is okay. We know that all of our students are all over the world. We're global. And also everybody has different schedules. Everybody has different work schedules. Some people are running kids to soccer practice. You're making dinner. We're all in different time zones. So we record all of our live events, and you can watch them at your convenience. That we post it right here 24 hours after the event, so you won't miss anything. And then if you have a question that pops up after you watch it, you can definitely put them right here, and Chef Monica or Amy Mihaly will get back to you. All right, so that is our webinar. That is our forums, actually. So I wanted to share, let's look at Module 0 real quick. So Module 0 is kind of like our welcome module. You will have a special message from Dr. Natasha. Each module will have learning objectives, so you'll know what you'll want to kind of master before moving on to the next module. You have a welcome series that we have designed, and this really helps you to get all of the admin out of the way, to really learn the GAPS training portal, so that when the class begins, you can just jump into your studies really confidently and not having to worry about, how do I send a message? How do I put up my profile? We go over all of that right here as well. You have messaging center, notifications calendar. I'll go a little bit more into depth. This is Module 0 on the course structure and expectations. So we'll go over, what are you going to expect during the training? How is it structured? What are kind of the expectations for students and the expectations for us as the GAPS instruction team. We'll go a little bit more over the Q&A webinars and Zoom etiquette. So that will really help set you up for success. We like to give students access to this GAPS training portal, usually on the Wednesday before class begins. That way it gives you time to get your profile up, get your student bio up, really learn, get to navigate the system, so that when we start on that Friday and then during the weekend, you can just jump into your studies, like I said, and you can kind of take off. Okay. your learning. Okay, the course outline and overview I have pulled up. So this is what the course outline looks like. We have it broken down by weeks, and this is again for the GAPS practitioner training. It's very similar for the GAPS coach training as well. So you'll have listed by week what module you should be working on, the start and stop date for that module, and then all of your Q&A webinars for the training as well. Now, the start and stop date for these modules are highly suggested and help you to stay, keep you on track and stay informed to the happenings of the training. So there is some flexibility and the start and end dates of each module in your coursework. We know that, like I said, everybody has different schedules. So we ask that you stay within this timeline. But if you find yourself a little bit behind or even a little bit ahead, that's totally fine, as long as all of your coursework is due by the course end date, which this for the CGP is December 9th. So making sure you have that date in mind. You can we ask that you stay kind of in the course outline. That way questions will be for the Q&A webinars will be in line with what everybody is learning. But like I said, if you find yourself a little bit behind or a little bit ahead, that's okay. You can work within at your own pace within the course outline. And then the course overview is a document that our GAPS team has created so that you are really informed with all of the happenings in the class. So this is all of your module work and your coursework broken down. It has all of your module objectives. It has your required reading, what pages you need to read. It has your upcoming assignments. So for the essay, it has your essay question. It has how long the videos are. So this document really is for you to print out, stick anywhere you are on a regular basis, whether it's the bathroom mirror or the refrigerator in the kitchen, wherever you are. We ask that you print it out and you keep it close, because this will help you to be successful in your training. It will help you to prepare for your upcoming like cooking assignments. So you see you're making meat stock in module, I think it's 2. Yeah, module 2. So you can look ahead and go, okay, I'm making meat stock. I need to source some good chicken, and I need to make sure that I have all of my equipment, because so that when you go to sit down to do the assignment or stand in your kitchen, that you have everything you need and you're prepared to just really, hash that out and make your delicious meat stock. We also have how long the videos are. Like I said, that way you can budget whether when you put the kids down to bed or when you're finished with your last, patient or client for the day, you can kind of set aside 20 minutes and watch a video, watch the Cooking with GAPS videos. So that way you can kind of budget your time and plan and really prioritize the training and your learning so that you're getting everything that you can from the training. So this is a really great document to have out. We also give you a slideshow made by Dr. Natasha. It follows the videos, the lecture videos, so that you have this to refer back to as well. And then part of the resources for the GAPS practitioner training is that you'll receive the practitioner training manual. So this is a comprehensive book. It goes over how to conduct your first consultation. It goes over your consultation report, which is the comprehensive report that you'll give to your client after you had your first initial consultation and you have decided I'm going to put them on intro. So it shows you how to really personalize a protocol based on how they presented in the initial interview. It also goes over GAPS groups, which we'll go over in a second, and how to run them. It goes over some case studies that you learn in the course will be in here as well. So this is a really great book to have, to print out and have available so you can refer back to over and over again. It also has best practice protocols for some of those common issues and digestive issues or common symptoms. So it's definitely, you can look through here once you get into the training and learn all of that. We also have we encourage you to use your own client documents for the practitioner course because we know that you're coming to us in active practice. You have a consultation process already in place. So you are welcome to use the initial intake forms and assessment forms that you use during your consultation. However, if you wanted to kind of see what we're looking for, what we ask clients, we have put in here a GAPS confidential client questionnaire. So you can feel free to incorporate this into your consultation if you'd like, or just kind of see what questions we're looking at as far as health, what we cover. So you can add that to your own client documents if you'd like as well. So this is, in this questionnaire will be available in the GAPS coach training. And then the GAPS workbook it's a client workbook for your client. You get to, print this out or and hand it out to your client. It goes over all of the GAPS protocol, private consultations. So it's a really great resource. We have pages for consultation notes for those GAPS groups as well. So that's a really great resource for your clients. And then I am not a robot, I don't think yet. We have for both the practitioner training and the coach training, we have group lessons, and this is kind of what they look like. These are, I believe, 10, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 12, it looks like 12 actually. Group lessons, they're broken up into different GAPS concepts so that you can educate a whole group of clients at one time. You can have these at your office or at an event space. You can bring sauerkraut, you can bring meat stock. How cool will it be if you had a pot of meat stock in a crock pot that you hand out in mugs while they went through the presentation. They ate sauerkraut, they ate a little bit of yogurt, some taste testing. So this can be a really great event to not only educate your clients, but also create community because like any therapeutic diet, it can be kind of isolating because, the rest of the world is ordering DoorDash or processed foods, eating a different way than everybody can feel isolating. So this is a great way to create community and not only strengthens the GAPS concepts and why they're doing it, but gives them support with each other and with you to really be successful on their journey. So these are great, already done for you, live events that you can have with your clients. And yeah, let me see. I have this thing in the way and it's not letting me navigate as much. So that goes over the full diet, yeah. So these are, like I said, 12 lessons done for you that you can already just implement into your practice, hosting live groups, and that support network that we talked about. So those will be available in the training. Okay, and the same thing. We'll take a look at I'll take a look at the most recent course for the GAPS coach training. So very similar. We use the same system. This will be your homepage, your calendar with all of the events, your start and your begin and due dates for your coursework, your live event dates as well. And then module 0 will be the same. You'll have, welcome to the course, your learning objectives, your welcome series, the course outline and overview. It looks very similar to the GAPS coach training, or GAPS practitioner training, where it gives you broken down by week. Now with the coach training, we do have breaks built into it. So you have a 1 week break on week 7, and then a week 11 and 12, you'll have a 2-week break. And you can use this to disconnect from the training if you want and reconnect with your family, friends, yourself, your, outside in nature, or you can use these breaks to catch up on your coursework as well. All right, and then course overview, very similar to that as well. It have all your assignments broken down into detailed descriptions. You'll have, your required reading, your essay questions, your lecture videos, the title, and the length. So that is a great resource to do. You'll have also Dr. Natasha's PowerPoint presentation. And then down here, both trainings actually, the coach and the practitioner. On module 12, module 12 is, practice management, scope of practice, getting your GAPS business developed and kind of fleshed out a little bit. So you will have the, so both courses get a 5-step business roadmap by Jessica Panchamiel. She is the founder of the Holistic Entrepreneur Association. So she will be teaching you your 5-step business roadmap. You can dive into, she has a handout. And in both trainings, once you finish, successfully completed both trainings, you'll be uploaded into our grad portal, and your first year of membership is free. And in the grad portal, there is a whole business development series by Jessica Panchamiel on finding your niche, how to set up, things like that. So I highly suggest once you finish, just diving into that series and getting you set up for success. Okay. I think that was it for what I wanted to show you for Matrix. Yeah, we're really proud. It's this system. I've worked in a few now, and this one is it's very user-friendly. It's very intuitive. It's just such an easy system to learn. So like I said, I will be with you every step of the way. If you have any questions, if you just can't figure out how to upload an assignment or anything, feel free to reach out to me and I will be happy to guide you. Okay, so.
Well, chat has been nice and busy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we've had some questions about parasite cleanses, and I put the Vibrant Blue Oils blend link for Jody's site and Vibrant Blue Oils. And then we had some questions about qualifications, so I went over that.
Awesome.
And guided everybody to our website. Let's see, what else? We had a lady who just shared, her name is It's Pretty Good. She says, I have a friend who healed her thyroiditis with GAPS. So how wonderful is that?
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, we get testimonies all of the time in our general inbox from people that have used the GAPS protocol. That's what GAPS is about. The Western medicine is just take a pill. You'll have it for life. It's just something you have to deal with. And it doesn't have to be that way. Even if you can't heal fully, because it's been chronic, what you can experience tremendous healing. And most of the time it's just, we get testimonies in our inbox from people that were just feeling hopeless and really, grasping out there to see if there was anything they can do, because I think in just inherently, innately, we know that our bodies are capable of amazing things, and it's capable of healing. So, I probably said this before, but one of my favorite quotes is, you'll do more research than the FBI, especially when it comes to your health. You'll just look far and wide for answers. And a lot of people come to the GAPS protocol, especially maybe as, one of the, many things that they do, they find the GAPS protocol after that and they experience healing. We have testimonies about, how parents have really guided their kids through, the GAPS protocol for autism, and they're talking and they are fully functional. That's in the CGC training, the GAPS coach training, Linda Patterson is one of our instructors. She's the director of GAPS Australia. She, before she was all of that, she was just a mom with her son, Riley, who was nonverbal autism. And she didn't, just take the doctors at their word with like, he's not going to get better. This is just your life. She brought him through the GAPS protocol. She documented that journey. And he's an adult now. He's in college. He's studying and really excited about his future. He's, healthy and vibrant, and just a wonderful testimony to what the GAPS protocol can do. And so, like I said, she documented his journey, and that journey is in the GAPS coach training. And we go over how to deal with fussy eating and mealtime management during the coach training as well. So you'll get to experience the case study.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So how about some commonly asked questions? I'll just run through them and let's do a rapid fire. Let's have fun.
Okay.
Okay. So
Ready.
How many students do you typically enroll in each GAPS training course?
Perfect. So we try and keep it around 35, 40. We find that that is a really great number for everybody to have that individual, that individualized attention if they need it. We grade all of the essay assignments, and Chef Monica will grade your practical food assignments. And we really give you targeted feedback on these essays and these practical assignments, because we want you to excel. We want you to feel confident and comfortable with all of these GAPS concepts. They're very nuanced. So we find that 35 to 40 is such a great spot to still get that individual attention, and then also have this great group of students that you get to learn from as well. Everybody comes with different backgrounds, so there's a lot of extra learning through them.
Great. Okay, let's go to the next one. Is the cost of the required reading books included in the tuition, or is that extra?
The required reading is extra. We do, when you sign up, we give you some vetted resources to buy the required reading from. So like Celine River Press would be great to buy Chef Monica's book. You can buy them on Amazon. But if you find the book, if you're at your local thrift store, that's how I got multiple copies. I always pick up whenever it's not very often, which is telling, but whenever I see Dr. Natasha's books in like Goodwill or the thrift store, I always purchase them up. They're like $1.99 in my area. So if you find the required reading, you're welcome to purchase them anywhere you like. Online bookstores as well are great. But we do give you some vetted resources where you can purchase them.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Once I enroll, when do I gain access to my course, whether it's coach or practitioner?
So everybody will gain access to the GAPS training portal the Wednesday before class begins. Class begins on a Friday, so it was September 13th for the practitioner. So you'll gain access this Wednesday, actually. And then for the coach training, it's October 11th, and you'll gain access that Wednesday. And that way I upload everybody gets access. Then you can feel free to explore the training portal. Feel free to put up your bio, put up your profile, watch that welcome series. And then we will start class on the first day with that kickoff call on that Friday, where we get to meet your fellow students. We kind of go over some more expectations and what to expect, and then I'll answer any questions you have, and then you're on your way to learning. So it's so we give you that kind of time to get comfortable.
Wonderful. Okay,
Yeah.
so you already stated that you can work through the course at your own pace as long as you finish by the required completion date with all your work. So if you start in September with the practitioner course and you finish up on time, then you'll finish in December and you'll have your certification.
Yes.
The coach course is a bit longer, and you can work through your pace as well. So that won't necessarily line you up with the Q&A webinars that are recorded throughout the course. That's another question I'll just answer really quickly. The live Q, you already said that the Q&A webinars and the GAPS chats, the group chats, and all those things are recorded. So there'll be a library of links, download links, and resources in your training course. But the question we have here is, we've answered already that they can work at their own pace as long as they can finish by the completion date. And then they can also download and review those recorded webinars in case they can't make them. But the question here is, can I work offline? Is there an app available or do I work from my web browser, or both?
So there is an app available for Matrix, and we can give that information when in your welcome email that we send to you. But I'm going to go back to the course overview. This is a great document to use if you want to work offline. So like I said, I give you the module objectives, but it also gives you required reading. So you don't have to go onto the portal to know that you need to read this for module 1. It'll also give you your essay questions, and the essay questions are we pull from your required reading, and then from the lecture video. So if you have watched your lecture videos, you can go ahead and you finish your required reading. Here is your essay question, and you can go ahead and draft it in a Word document. And then when you're ready to upload to the assignments, you can upload, that module's worth of assignments as well. So it also gives you, there's no cooking assignments in module 1, but module 2, you will do meat stock and yogurt. It tells you, what you need to do to complete that assignment. So you can work offline, by following this document.
Yeah, it's pretty easy, and then once you have access, you can either go through your browser, log in, drop in your work. Matrix, our learning system, does have an app, so you can do at least some browsing and some work in there. I'm not sure if you can submit all of your assignments, but at least you can.
It might be difficult.
Yeah, it might be a little more difficult to do it on the phone, but we do have an app for Matrix, so that is an option if you need to at least maybe log in and ask a question on a forum or something like that. So you can combine working offline with this document as well as the app, and then when you get back to your computer, you can catch up and drop everything in. Yay!
Yep. Absolutely. I've had people do that too. They turn in a whole bunch of assignments that they've done while they worked offline, and turned it on in at the end of the week, and that works as well. But I will say the training portal, that's where that's where all the happenings are too. That's where your student discussions are with your fellow students. That's where your fellow students are asking questions to the instructor. So you just don't want to use that to ask questions for yourself. You also, I would encourage you to take a look see what your fellow students are asking, because you'll always learn something from their questions. And most likely, if you have a question, everybody else has the same question. So maybe it's already been asked, or maybe it's going to start a conversation on a specific topic that you weren't even thinking about at that moment. So definitely utilize those forums to really enhance your training.
And speaking of the training, people always ask us, do you have a business development content in the course? And we introduce it there, but Jennifer, take that question.
Yeah, so you have your 5-step roadmap that we went over. We also have in the grant portal, and like I said, the first year of membership is free. We have a whole business development series that Jessica Ponchemule from the Holistic Entrepreneur Association has developed for us. So you will have access to that. And then she gives you a 3-month complimentary membership to her website. So you can even take your business education further with that 3-month membership. She has webinar series and resources, everything that you can learn about business. It's available to you. And then we have some logos that you can use for the GAPS training, your graduate badges, things like that. So we really try and set you up for success, so you can go out and just start practicing.
That's the whole idea, is to take
Yeah.
this skill set and do something with it. So we try
Yeah.
to look through that lens through the whole training course with the idea that you're going to implement this and integrate this after you're graduating. And the graduate portal, it looks a lot like Matrix, as Jennifer was showing you before. So it feels like home because it's
Yeah.
by the same company. It's just it's not so much of a learning portal as it is a membership portal. So the graduate portal is chock full of a repository for learning and links to scientific studies, including the Gap Science Foundation studies that we have published 5 papers. Very exciting. There's a concilium. There are archived webinars, social media. There's so much in the grad portal for you to take advantage of. So that's wonderful. Thanks for showing that, Jen.
Yeah. Can you see the grad portal?
Yep.
Sure. Okay, awesome. So just a very quick tour. This is your business and practice resources, kind of what we were talking about, that you can explore once you get in here. We have the research repository. It is listed by condition. So we have medical studies in here. We have our studies that we've done as a Gap Science Foundation, as well to help to help further your learning. Here is the GAPS Graduate Business Development course that we were talking about from Jessica Panchamule. You'll also have that, the website design, how to sign up for your professional membership, so you can explore those. And then we have this is the GAPS intellectual property use. And so we have our IP specialist, Sunny. So if you create a GAPS related book or course, cookbook, you will connect with Sunny and she will help you to get that vetted and then this is new, our GAPS graduate concilium. So this is for actually Sunny, who is our CGP graduate. She has been a GAPS guide and now she's our IP specialist. She's just amazing. Along with Camilla Titone, she is a CGC. She has been a GAPS guide as well. She's truly amazing. Both of them are. They'll host monthly webinars to discuss best practices to support challenging GAPS cases. So you can bring a challenging case study that you have, or you can come listen to some case studies. They might have some guest speakers on there. So it's really for our graduates to come together and to learn from each other and to share with one another and to continue their learning through GAPS and related concepts. This is the GAPS Science Foundation. So this is where Dr. Natasha and her team are doing studies on how GAPS affects different conditions, medical conditions, whether it be in the mental health field or just physiologically, with things like ADHD would be the other one, but like our juvenile arthritis, things like that. We're really trying to solidify GAPS as a really great therapeutic protocol for these conditions. And then this is our GAPS training socials. So if you want to stay connected with us, what we're doing, and I wanted to show you guys right here, the gaps.me CGP listing, and then the CGC portal has the CGC listing. So when you graduate and you're uploaded to the portal, you will come here and you will create your business listing. So this listing will ask you a few questions about, your first name, your business name, where you are in the world, how to, the clients will contact you. Here's a little bit about like languages you speak, or, your specialties, types of consultations you do. So once you fill this out, you will be up here on Dr. Natasha's gaps.me website. And then it says find a GAPS practitioner, find a GAPS coach. They are organized by country. We also have a keyword right here. So if somebody's looking for help with autism, everybody that specializes in autism will pop up. And if you're in the US, you will see that Autumn specializes, and you can read a little bit about her and visit her website. Here's her email address. So your listing, business listing, will be up on Dr. Natasha's site. And this is where we refer people that contact our general inbox, because we get a lot of emails from people that are just finding gaps. They're like, I really want to work with a GAPS coach or a GAPS practitioner. How can I find those people? So we direct them to the GAPS.me website. I have a nice message where it tells them how to navigate this website, and then they go and they look for people in their area, somebody that specializes in what they're looking for. So this is a really great resource to have when you are in practice as well. That's something that a benefit that you get when you have your membership current as well.
Great. Okay, so the next question is a little two parts to it. What happens if I need to drop the course and receive a refund, or drop the course and re-enter at a later date? How long do I have to join if I have to drop and re-enter? So drop and refund, drop and re-enter, and how long?
Okay. So we definitely know that life happens sometimes. So we do have a withdrawal and refund policy located in the enrollment packet. And I'm just gonna, let me see. Stop it. My computer. That's it. I'm just gonna pull one up so I make sure I speak correctly. Because sometimes, you know, when you're on the spot, your brain doesn't work as well as as you like. So we have our withdrawal and refund policy. We, like I said, we know sometimes life happens. So if you have to withdraw up to 60 days or more from when you paid your tuition from the start of the training, so 60 days or more before the start of the training, you will receive your refund for the full amount you paid minus $200 for admin fee. If you have to withdraw within the first 2 weeks of the course, say you get in the course and you're like, man, this is a lot more work than I can take on right now, or I just had this happen. You can either hold your tuition for a future training. So the tuition that you've paid, we can hold that, and you can re-enter in a training up to a year from your original enrollment date. So say you enrolled in the September 2024 course, you can either join us in the March 2025 course or the September 2025 course. And then you can either continue to make payments, or if you paid in full, then you can just enter class and continue your learning. But if you decide to re-enter, your access to the class will end for now. So you can focus on what you need to, whatever, life is throwing at you at the moment, you can focus on that. And then as we get closer, you'll be included in all correspondence, and then you'll gain access to the class again in the new class, in the new training course, the new class when that Wednesday before the training officially begins. If you have to withdraw within 3 to 5 weeks of the training, we will prorate your tuition based on the number of weeks you completed, less the $299 admin fee. Let me back up a little bit. If you have to withdraw within the first 2 weeks and you don't want us to hold your tuition to re-enter, you can receive a refund for your tuition and then minus the $299 admin fee as well. And then if you withdraw after the first 6 weeks of the training, you will need to refer to your re-entry options, and then no refund will be given at this point because we're about halfway through the training. So you'll connect with me. We can discuss kind of what's going on and how we can best support you within those guidelines, within that policy.
Yeah, so if you're 6 weeks into the course or 7 weeks, the reentry option is the only option. But let's see, we got something in the chat here. I was wondering how much time needs to be devoted daily or each week. I want to make sure I can commit to the GAPS practitioner program. Thanks for that question, MREG. I'll put that up on the screen. So Jennifer, if you want to answer that. That'd be great.
Okay. So we say anywhere between 8 to 15 hours. Sometimes it's more like 10 to 15. Depends on how quick of a reader you are. With the GAPS practitioner course, there's not a lot of time in between now and next week to start your reading, but we usually encourage people that are interested in the training to start reading the required reading, because you will read the GAPS, the yellow book, the blue book, so the GAPS gut and psychology syndrome, the GAPS gut and physiology syndrome, Chef Monica's book, which looks like this, and then the vegetarian book from Dr. Natasha, and Put Your Heart in Your Mouth by Dr. Natasha. You will read all of those books in their entirety. So if you wanted to get started on your reading before you even, register for class, we highly encourage that, to keep notes. And then that way, when class begins, you can just kind of go back for reference as you're answering those essay questions. And that will free up a lot of that course time that is dedicated to that 10 to 15 hours of coursework a week. So that really saves time as well. It depends on how quick of a reader you are, how much time you can carve out to read. That's usually the bulk of what we consider in those hours. You'll have to watch videos, and like I said, that course overview document will help you plan as well. But generally speaking, it's between about 8 and 15 hours we find that students will need to dedicate to their learning each week for this course.
Yeah, she said, I've got 4 of those books and I've read 2, so that's a good start. So yeah,
That's awesome.
she's got a great start there. Yeah. And so if you break it down, maybe 2.5 hours a day, if you could carve an hour out in the morning, in the evening, or work in the evening, it's very doable if you're good with your time management. If you're not good with your time management, you might have to cram in, 3 or 4 days a week, what you can do. But, really getting that reading in is such a great education. It's a part you don't want to miss. Yes. So, okay, there was
You'll
that.
always reread the books too. I still reread them. It's just, it's phenomenal. It's awesome. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, there was, I think, 1 or 2 more questions. So let's see. Can I become a practitioner if I finish the coach training? Can I advance after I become a coach to a practitioner, or is there something in between I have to take to become a practitioner?
Great. Yeah, we get this question a lot. So the coach course and the practitioner course are kind of separate. The coach course isn't a prerequisite to the practitioner course. So if you take the GAPS coach course and you want to go on to be a practitioner, to learn more about supplement protocols, more of a clinical setting, then we have a few vetted schools that meet the requirements to enter the practitioner course. So for the practitioner course, you need to have extensive study in anatomy and physiology, biochemistry, and nutrition. You also need to be an active practicing clients with your own client consultation process and assessment forms, intake forms. So if you meet all of those qualifications, you can enter into the practitioner course. So if you just graduated the GAPS coach course and you want to continue your learning with GAPS into the practitioner course, we have a list of vetted schools that we work with that meet all of those qualifications that I just mentioned. You can go and take their program and then come back to us and enroll in the practitioner course. As long as you're in active practice, that should be fine.
Great.
Yeah.
And I think the last question we had here of the commonly asked questions was, I see you have a GAPS online annual conference. Yes. Do students and graduates receive discounts to the conference?
They do receive a discount. They receive a discount on the early bird. So we have an early bird special that we run for the general public before, I don't know the date, before the online or the OnCon. So usually it ends around, when does it end around?
We're changing it this year. So usually we opened up Well, we might open up early bird in October this year instead of September.
Yeah. So we run that for a few weeks for the general public. So our students and our graduates get a discount off of that early bird special if they buy their ticket within that week, few week window. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there's definitely that. You also, if you miss that early bird window, that's okay. You can always buy your conference ticket, and as a student, you will receive a discounted rate off of the general ticket as well.
Yes.
And
25% discount.
Yeah, 25%. That's perfect. Thank you. That was in my head, and I was like, oh, I don't know if, like I said, on the spot, you never know. I do want to say though, if you enroll in the CGP or the CGC course, we have created a OnCon showcase. Now, this is a highlight of a selection of highlighted speakers and presentations that we have taken from all of our OnCons. So for 21, 20, 22, 23, 24, we have taken a selection from each one of these and put it together in a showcase for you. It's over 20 hours of just presentation, video lectures. It's a $349 value, and you get that for enrolling into the either the practitioner course or the GAPS coach training. So you get to experience what kind of an OnCon is like before we have our OnCon in at the end of February this next year, and just kind of get a taste of the caliber of event we put on. There's a lot of love, a lot of sweat, and sometimes tears that go into hosting an OnCon. Tears of not tears of sadness, they're tears of joy, because it always turns out to be such a great event, not only for the education that you're getting, for that continuing education, but just the community of people. The forums and the community boards are always lighted up with activity that you get to participate in. The platform stays open even after the OnCon is over, so you can, continue, connecting with the community. Really watch those presentations over again, because you'll always learn something new. Participate in challenges that we have. So it's really it's really an event that is made with love and and passion for what we do here. So it's really just like crescendo of everything GAPS. So
yes, and I'm getting ready to update the OnCon site. I put it into chat, but right now it reflects, but 2025 ticket sales will commence in October, and our theme is metabolic syndrome, demystifying metabolic syndrome and how GAPS supports that condition. So metabolic syndrome, everybody's hopping on Ozempic, everybody's on metformin, everybody has issues with their health and chronic health issues. So we want to sort of pull that into the whole idea that what is the root issue? What's going on with people? Is it down at a mitochondrial functional level? Yes, it is. And how to fix that, and GAPS is the answer. So we hope you will join us for GAPS OnCon in February 27th through March 2nd. And the last day of OnCon will be a free fundraiser. We'll invite in the public for the GAPS Science Foundation to help with our studies. So we're going to have 3 days of OnCon, 1 day of a GAPS-a-thon. For the GAPS Science Foundation, it's going to be a lot of fun. So we hope you'll join us. And if you join our mailing list, which is in the footer of all of our websites, so if you go to gapsoncon.com or gapstraining.com or gapsciencefoundation.org, you will have a form at the bottom of each website, and you can go fill out and join our mailing list to receive all of this lovely information, so that you get these announcements. We'll announce it on social media too. So if you follow us, hopefully, hit the like and subscribe button on YouTube, and you'll get all this information there. And also like us on our other channels as well. So MReg, I'm not sure what her actual name is, but she says, I'm in nursing and we have anatomy, physiology, chemistry, and nutrition. So would I qualify for the GAPS program, or would I need to take the coach program? And I replied,
I believe she would qualify for the practitioner course as long as she's in active practice, but I said I would confirm with you, Jen, so maybe you can help her out.
Yeah, Caroline is right. As long as you're in active practice seeing a client or patients and you have that background, you've completed that background, you are qualified to enroll in the practitioner program. We've had quite a bit of nurses go through, especially after the pandemic event, go through our training and continue their education and start a whole new career in GAPS. So it's
her name is Regina.
Regina. Oh, okay. I think I've been communicating with you, Regina. It's nice to meet you over a live platform. So I really hope that you do join us. So you would qualify for the practitioner training, and we'd love to have you.
And we have so many wonderful nurses, Holly and Amy, and it's wonderful. So, and we love nurses are just there where the rubber meets the road for us, because you all are open to those holistic healing modalities where the doctors can be a little less resistant to that. So you are our saving grace, nurses. Thank you so much.
They do so much work. I mean, I have a few friends that are nurses, and you guys deserve, really great kudos, and I just, it wouldn't, you just really do. You're the backbone of the healthcare, and you're really grateful.
Saving grace, yes. Yep. Yeah. So we do hope to see you, Regina, in the practitioner course.
Absolutely.
She says, thank you. I'll put this up on the screen. She says, thank you. Awesome. You all are wonderful. Thank you. My son is currently on the program with GAPS practitioner. Wonderful. That's wonderful, Regina. Yes, come join our family of GAPS practitioners. We'd love to have you.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, Jennifer, that helps us get through all of our commonly asked questions. I usually, when I do the informational session, which is going to be, I think it's the 18th, right? September 18th.
I think so.
We'll have an informational session with me, and we'll have a moderator there as well on the 18th. So if you need to watch the recording of this today, you can watch it on YouTube or any of our social channels where it will replay. YouTube is probably the best place. GAPS Training YouTube is the best place to watch a replay. It's under the live tab if you want to watch it there. But other than that, Jennifer, do you have any other things you want to share, or does anybody have any questions for Jennifer? If you do, please put them in the chat, and I'll relay them to her. But other than that, we'll just kind of plan to. Our outro here is that my friend Regina. I think there's a couple of ladies on here who are friends in chat.
Awesome.
Yeah. Come take the course together, please.
Yeah, it's so much fun. We've had a mom and a daughter do it. We've had friends, take the course together. So it makes it even, more special when you do, when I became a functional nutritional therapy practitioner, I went through with my sister, and that was a really great experience because we're 9 years apart. So I moved out of the house right as she was getting into kind of like that late elementary and middle school. So we never went to the same school together. So it was really great to have that experience. I think it enhanced my learning too, kind of bouncing ideas off of her. We got to practice on each other, when we did the functional evaluation. So it's really great to go through the training with somebody if you have that person too as well. But we really hope that, you join us for either the GAPS practitioner training or the GAPS coach training. This upcoming sessions, the practitioner training starts September 13th. There's still time to register, and the GAPS coach training starts on October 11th. And so if you have any questions that pop up after, this live ends, feel free to email me, jennifer@gapstraining.com. I'd be happy to talk to you about qualifications or answer any questions you have. I think that we have an amazing training lined up for this next session. We have great GAPS guides, support you even more on your journey, and to help answer any questions. We have lots of fun events, so I look forward to meeting each and every one of you. Yeah.
Oh, we have a Facebook user. I can't tell who it is, but it's very a wonderful community. I just got certified as a GAPS coach. Congratulations.
Yay.
It says Facebook user. I don't know who that is.
Oh, I'd love to know who it was. If you can type your name in the chat. Yeah, we finished our coach training. Our coach training finishes after our practitioner training. So we had our coach training finish up in July, and they're just a great group of students. And now they're going out in the world and making such a beautiful difference in people's health. And so it's really exciting. Yeah, my dogs decided that that it was time to come in and bother me. So there might be a little bit of shuffling.
We can hear some tip tap on there, so tappy toes. And I'm such an animal lover, so I don't mind it at all. But I think that concludes. Oh, Sandra Musani.
Oh, okay. Yes, I got an email from you. I'm responding to this afternoon.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Hello.
Okay. Well, Jennifer, are there any last words you have before we say goodbye on our live today?
I really hope to see you in our training. It's such a transformational experience. It's like no other. I mean, I've done FNTP. I've gone through AIP training. It's like that light bulb moment. Everything just makes sense. It's clarity. It's having a pair of glasses on and seeing all the individual leaves in a tree. It's a phenomenal transformational experience, and we have a group of dedicated GAPS instructors and GAPS guides that will just be there to make sure that you really are solidifying that knowledge, you're really grasping these concepts, and that you are a strong, confident practitioner or coach, and that our goal is to get you out in that world and to make a difference. And there is no shortage of work to be done. And everybody has a unique voice in this world to tell the GAP story, to help people, to just heal the world. And that's what our goal is to bring that connection back to a person, to their health, to their family, to the earth, to everything that's around us. So if that speaks to you, we definitely would love to have you. Feel free to email me with any questions, or if you wanted to turn in your registration packet.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jennifer. That was a great presentation today. We got a little taste of the training portal, the graduate portal, and everything that happens in between. So I want to thank you for hosting this webinar today and being the main presenter. I've been honored to be your tech and to hang out in the background here, be your little sidekick in chat. So everyone, we hope you have a lovely day, evening, morning, wherever you are around the world. Please do visit our website, gapstraining.com. And if you have any questions, email Jennifer at gapstraining or gaps@gapstraining.com. So we'll see you soon. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, you guys. Bye.
Bye. Just do end of the stream is outro.